Alright, so I want to do a playthrough for you guys here with Quest for a Lost Pixel. So what I have here is it completely set up already, and I'm only going to do like maybe the first 2 or 3 floors for you guys, just so you have a good idea. Actually, let's get rid of this. Just so you have a good idea of how the game is actually played. And what I would like to show you guys is pretty much just a quick run through of a little bit more in depth of how to play the game. Alright, so the very first thing what I want to do is actually we want to place our exit tile, or our downstairs tile, and I'm going to place that into the middle of the deck. And then we're just going to give that a quick shuffle. And then after we're done with that, I'm going to set up our hero with some things. Like I said, a hero needs things. So the very first thing I like to do is pick up my gems. I got 1, 2, 3. I get 3 gems at the start, and that goes right into my inventory. And right here, we have 2 emeralds and an amethyst. So the emeralds are really good because they help my elemental attacks out. Unfortunately, I don't have any elemental attacks because I'm the fighter for right now. At least for right now, I don't have any elemental attacks. And the amethyst is good because I can gain +4 defense from 1 elemental attack. So that's really good if I'm trying to dodge something from some crazy elemental monsters that we may run into. The next thing we want to do is take a look at our spells. Our spells are going to give us kind of a good starting point as far as what I'm going to choose for a really good skill. So we got Might and Fireball. So Might will give me +2 strength until the end of the encounter phase. But let's see, my hero will gain intelligence of 1d8 towards a monster with a fireball. You know what? I'm a fighter, so I'm going to go with the Might. I think that'll be better for me. I'll place the other spell down at the bottom. And now I've got my spell row right here, and I've got my equipment row right here. And these 3 cards are in my hand, which is known as the inventory. So the next thing I want to do is place my hero here on the starting space. Now I have my 10 dungeon tile cards because I'm playing a solo game, and I've got my 15 time cards. So at the start of every turn, what I need to do is flip over one of those time cards. Now, as you guys can already probably figure it out, I'm playing the fighter right now, and one of the things I'm trying to do is kind of like play test the idea of maybe lowering the experience points from 10 to 8. So I've noticed with 5, it's way too easy, but with 10, it might be a little too extreme. So I think 8 might be the number I'm looking for here. So that's something I'll probably change, but we'll see how this plays out with 8. So let's get started. So now my fighter's got a speed of 4, which means I can move 4 squares at a time. So we will, let's start that out. So we got 1, 2, we'll go this way. Clear this area out. 3, ooh, we got a treasure chest and an event. So 3. So I've still got 1 more space after this event, but as soon as you land on an event space, you have to draw an event card. And let's see what we got here. We have Ancient Script. So this Ancient Script, let's see, I roll 1d6. If I roll a 1 or a 2, I remove 2 damage tokens. If I roll a 3 or a 4, I receive 2 damage tokens. And if I roll a 5 or a 6, nothing happens. Well, I don't have any damage tokens to remove, so we're kind of really hoping for a 1 or a 2 or a 5 and a 6. So let's roll that 1d6. I roll a 4, of course. So I'm gonna gain 2 damage tokens for looking at this stupid wall with its stupid script. Alright, so then what I do is I'm going to place this event in the bottom of the deck. That's kind of, instead of putting it in a discard pile, that's what I do. And then at the start of each floor, all I do is I just take a card from there. And I still got 1 more space to move, and I really want to get that treasure chest, so 1. Alright, so that's the end of my explore phase. Now we have to start our encounter phase, which we want to grind a little bit because we need some experience points. So let's draw our very first monster, and it is a giant fly. The giant fly has 7 life, so let's worry about that first. We're going to roll our d10, and I roll a 10, which is great. For those of you at home, a 0 on the d10 just stands for 10, because obviously they can't fit the whole number. But I also gain the ability of strength +2 against any monster during the encounter phase, so that 10 turns into a 12, which is completely overkill. But it also has a defensive 1, so that 12 turns into an 11. A little bit of math, everybody. Hopefully you guys are pretty good with just some small math, because that's all this game is. And Giant Fly is dead. For every monster you kill, unless it is an elite monster, you gain 1 experience point. Elite monsters will give you 2, which is pretty good. Alright, that ends our encounter phase. So again, at the start of our turn, we flip over a time card, and we continue. So I want to land on this treasure chest for sure. This treasure will be a dagger. So the dagger, I can play this immediately into my equipment aisle. And right here we have a boost of a strength 1d4 minus 1. And it's better for most of those dexterity guys, which you'll get just a 1d4. So not too bad. It'll give me a better chance of killing some stuff with the fighter. Now we're going to conquer some more area right here, I think. So we still got 3 more spaces we can move, and we've got an empty hallway. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where we're going to end up. Now, anytime I go over any spaces like a treasure chest or a potion, I always put a search token. For this case, we'll just use this white crystal. And that just reminds me that I've already looked in that treasure chest and already received my treasure for that. That's the end of my explore phase, so we go right into our encounter phase. Giant ant. Giant ant, it's 9 life. And let's see if we can try to conquer that first. So we got our D10, and let's not forget our D4 now for our dagger. So we roll both of these at the same time because they're both a physical attack. We got 8 and 9, 10, 11 for a 3. So we got 11 plus 2. We're doing pretty good so far. So that'll definitely kill the giant ant. Sorry for stuttering. That'll kill the giant ant, giving us 1 additional XP, which is good. We're doing really well. I like this. And we've also got, you know, our Amethyst, and we've got our might and all these other things that'll help us out. So we're going to go over into this area right here now, because we don't really, unless we back up, which I guess I could back up because we want to kind of grind. So let's back up actually. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll land right here in the center of this one. And let's do this. So white crystal on the event marker as well. We can still go on that space, but the event won't kick off. And the same thing with the treasure chest. We have already accepted treasure. So we'll land there, encounter a new monster. Oh, forgot our time card. Let's make sure we do our time at the beginning of each turn. And we encounter a slime. Not too bad. Only 5 life. He does have 2 defense. Let's see what happens here. Got both of our die. 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus our 2 goes from 11 to 13. So that destroys the slime. This is actually one of my better runs, I'm not going to lie. Usually I'm not doing this well. But that's alright. That's good. I'm getting experience for that. Yeah. Now we're going to move up. We'll go into this area right here. So, 1. Oh, time card. Oh! Booyah! No way. Oh, this is good. 2, 3. We get to draw an artifact. That's what this little icon means. Is an artifact card. So that is amazing. This will be very good. So we have the Orin. So you can have 2 accessories at a time. Accessories are like things like amulets, rings, I don't even remember, gloves, I think, capes, cloaks, all that fun stuff. So the Orin actually has 3 defense against every element, except for physical. I don't have a physical defense against anything, so the Orin's really going to help me out big time. And we still got 1 more movement, so we'll move back through this way because we need to find the end. So that's our explore phase. We'll go right into our encounter phase, which is a sheep. The sheep is just pretty much like a get out of jail free card. So when this card is drawn, discard this card and all monster enhancer cards drawn this turn. Then immediately end your turn. So we're going to immediately end our turn. We don't get an experience point for that, which is pretty lame. And we will start our next turn. Flip over our time card. Now the time cards act just like a timer. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. We have 15 in here, which means we have 15 moves during this floor. At the start of a new floor, then we will take whatever we flipped over and build a new 15 card pile. That's pretty much all these things do right here. If you do not beat it within 15 turns, then you lose the game. So it's a timer. I think of it as once I reach 15 turns, the floor swallows up and everything in that floor is taken away, including my hero. So I don't want that to happen. So we're going to go this way. We're going to come down into here. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then draw a new tile for 4. Ah, it's our downstairs tile for 4. All right, we will encounter a monster. A rat is our encounter. So we've got our D10, our D4, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we got a -1 for the strength, by the way, for the dagger. Oh, I forgot to do that. It's all right. I've been obliterating everything anyways. So we got 8, 9, 10, -1. So that goes to a 9, +2, which goes to 11. This rat with 5 life is completely dead for sure, giving me another XP. So we'll gain that XP. I have 4 experience points now. Do I want to go downstairs? I think I'm going to skip my explore phase, which means I have to still, new turn, draw this. I'm going to skip my explore phase, and I think what I'm going to do is just go right into another encounter phase and kind of grind a couple monsters maybe. Let's see what happens. Oh boy. Alright, so this is a monster enhancer. This one's called Gender Raid. So it enhances the monster, and if you beat this monster, you're going to gain the XP plus this reward, which is a treasure card, which would be great. So this Gender Raid, if your hero has the male trait, which ours does, the monster gains 1d6 attack. If your hero has the female trait, which ours doesn't, the monster gains +2 defense. This continues until the end of the encounter phase. So makes our monster a little bit stronger. Let's see what we run into. Oh boy, we got a giant moth. So the giant moth has 7 life, which isn't horrible. I think it could be conquerable. We've been doing pretty good with the dice rolls. So let's roll our dice. A 10. Oh, Jesus, this is crazy. +3, 13, -1 because it's a dagger, so 12. Plus our 2, which is 14. That definitely obliterates this giant moth. So we gain 1 XP, which is amazing. And we also get to draw 1 treasure card. We'll place that treasure card into our hand, and let's see what we got here. We got the longbow. That's not good. It's not going to really help us. So we'll just put that in our hand for now. We might be able to sell it in an event shop. So we'll just hold on to it for now. I think that we'll do one more encounter. So we'll flip over our time card. We'll skip our explore phase, go right into the encounter phase. Oh boy, and another monster enhancer. This one is called First Strike. The monster gets to attack first prior to the hero attacking during the rest of the encounter phase. Oh, that's no good. Alright, let's draw our monster. Oh boy, and it's a Kobold Rogue. And these things are pretty, they're not horrible, but they do a good amount of attack and they got a good amount of defense. But he has 5 life, so let's roll our dice. 1. Uh-oh, tides are turning. Oh my god, a 1 on both. So 1 and a 1 -1, so 1 damage +2. Oh crap. Let's strike that. Let me reverse that a little bit. I'll keep these stats here. I'm going to keep these stats because I already rolled, but we have to roll for the Kobold first because it's First Strike. So he rolls a 3 -1. He does 2 damage directly to my fighter. Now, I only received 1 of it because I do have a defense of 1. So not too bad. I'll hold on to my... Yeah, I can't even do anything anyways. So, we'll keep our really crappy roll here. So we got 1 and 1, -1. So only 1 damage plus the 3 here. Or plus the 2 here, equaling 3. But he's got a defense of 2, which he only does 1 damage. So we're going to definitely want to mark that. So, he's got 4 life left. So he gets to roll again. Oh boy. 5. Oh my gosh. 5 -1 is 4. Plus my -1 is 3. I'm not doing so hot here. So we take 3 more damage tokens. We'll actually get rid of these. I'll just use a bigger gem to mark it. There's 6. So my fighter already has 6 damage, which is pretty nuts. Now we're gonna roll one more time. Let's hope for something more than a total of 2 here. All right, an 8, a 4. So that's 12 -1 is 11 plus 2. That's 13. That totally kills the Kobold Rogue. Killing him gives me another XP. And then we also get an additional XP for the reward for this monster enhancer, which is great, because now I think I'm just going to go right into the next floor. So we always, at the start of our turn, just good habits. And then we're going to do our explore phase, going into the next floor. Alrighty. So let's remove all the search tokens. Let's remove all of the dungeon tiles here. Now we're going into our next floor. So the setup for the next floor is pretty simple. We just take all of our dungeon tiles that we had. We just kind of shuffle them into the deck of dungeon tiles. And then we will draw out, oh boy, we got an explosion. We're going to draw out 9 new tiles. That should be enough. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we take our downstairs dungeon tile. We're going to place that in the center. Give that a good shuffle again. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And then we'll do a couple turns of this, and hopefully you guys have a good idea of how this is played. I also want to show you guys one more thing before I take off here. So place our hero on the starting space. Now we also need to remove the first floor monsters now, and the first floor treasures. Place in the new second floor monsters. Give that a good shuffle there. And the second floor treasures. Now we can't use any of the treasures until we reach level 2, but we are on floor 2, which is good because every time you start a new floor, you gain a new gem card, and in this case, it's a ruby, which will remove 3 damage tokens. Now again, I can only have a max of 3 cards in my hand, or 5 cards in my hand. I do have 5 right now, so I'm definitely cutting it close, but we'll probably use that ruby maybe. But let's traverse. Alrighty, so we're gonna go this way. It's been doing us pretty well. So we got 1, 2, moving on up. Here we go. 3. Now here's some water. Water, I have to have at least a speed of 2 to get into that water, and I don't. So we'll have to end our turn there, which will start our encounter phase. Now these monsters will be a little bit heftier, like this rust monster, which is pretty rough. He's got a 12 life. This is one of the bigger baddies in here, just not an elite. So what'll happen now is I think we're going to try to use that thing I was just about to talk about, evade. Now when you see a monster like this, he's got a lot of life, he's got a lot of attack, because not only does he have a physical attack of 1d6, he also has a poison attack, which is 1d4, so I'd have to roll both of those dice for him. I think we're going to try to evade. Evade is you take your speed for your hero, which mine is a speed of 4, and a 6-sided die. You always take a 6-sided die for every single hero. Now to evade him, which would mean I leave this monster and I leave the encounter phase altogether, I would have to roll a less than 4, less than whatever my speed is. So if I had a speed of 5, I would have to roll less than a 5. If I had a speed of 3, which means I'm really slow, I need to roll a 1 or a 2. So in this case, I need a 1, 2, or a 3 to evade this rust monster. And when you evade him, he just goes to the bottom of the dungeon, or the monster deck, and that ends our turn. So let's see what happens. I roll a 3! Haha! Alright, so this monster goes to the bottom of the deck, and that ends my turn. Now we're going to go through this water. Forgot to flip over our time card. So every time you start a turn or start a new floor, you flip over your time cards. So I'll flip over a 1 for my first turn, and I flip over a second 1 for my second turn. And now we're going to go through this water. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll check out this space right here. What do we got? Oh god, more water. Water, water everywhere. 4. Alright. So now we start with this. Oh, and you guys have seen it. And this is, right after this is probably where I'm going to end my turn. Or end this video. So we have the Butcher Imp. The Butcher Imp is an elite monster. Elite monsters are great because you'll get 2 XP, and every time you kill an elite monster, you're going to get an artifact, which are great, but they're harder to kill. So this Butcher Imp has 13 life. It does 2d4 attack and also 1d6 dark attack. Whew. Alright, so let's, I'm going to heal myself before we actually attack this guy. So we'll remove 3 of these tokens. Alright, so I have to discard my ruby. And let's try to attack this guy. So we got our dagger still. Do my strength. An 8. Ooh, a 4. So we've got 12 minus 1, which is 13, plus my 2, which is 15. And then he's got a defensive 1, which is back down to 13. So I kill him, I guess. Yeah, I guess I kill him. I mean, even if I didn't, I'd probably use my might to kill him some more. Just kill him, kill him, kill him. Yeah, I think we're good. We killed a Butcher Imp. That's crazy. That's the first time I've beaten an elite monster. Last time I faced an elite monster, not only did he was he big and bad, but he also had a monster enhancer on him. So that was good. So we kill this guy. We get 2 XP, which levels us up to level 2, which is great. So we get 1 additional one here. And now I can start using level 2 treasures. And because I leveled up, I get to draw 2 spells. I look at both of them. We got Razor Cloud and Fear. I guess it doesn't really matter because I think I'm going to end the video here, but we choose Fear. Why not? I like to scare the living daylights out of my monsters. And that's pretty much it. The only thing I didn't really get to show you guys are the potions. And when you step on a potion, all you do is you draw a card off the top of the potion deck and you don't look at it. You cannot see the potion, you can't look at the potion. The only time you'll know what the effect of the potion is when I say, hey, I want to drink this potion. I drink it, and this one's, of course, a cursed one, so this one's a negative effect on me. There's not a lot of potions that'll do a negative effect, but this just so happens to be a negative affecting potion, which is grand. But that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about this game, please throw it down in the comments section down below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough. Hopefully you guys have a better idea. I think I am going to stick with the 8 experience points. I think that's probably where the sweet spot is. 10 I think is too much, and 5 is just too easy. Maybe we can just, I'll throw it in the rule book, maybe, you know, do 10 if you want more of an extreme game. Do like a normal game would just be 8, and then maybe 5 would be for an easy game. Kind of do a difficulty on that, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. This game is definitely a lot of fun. I've been playing through this the last few days. Obviously, I just got it yesterday, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you want to continue to watch more playthroughs. I'm sure I'll do some more in the future. And if you guys want me to continue this journey with the fighter or any other hero, let me know. Actually, you know what? Why not? We're going to do this. If you guys want to see any other playthroughs, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you do, which kind of hero do you want me to choose? Do you want me to choose that fighter again? Or do you want me to choose the assassin? Actually, let me take a look at, I can't remember all the heroes. So which ones do you want me to pick? And I'll put them on the screen so you guys can actually take a look. But there's the Wizard, the Mystic, the Alchemist, the Paladin, the Huntress, the Barbarian, the Assassin, the Druid, and the Thief. Or should I do the Fighter again and just keep going with the Fighter and slashing and slaying away? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'll do another playthrough with that hero, and I'd be glad to see what you guys have to say about this playthrough. I'm beyond stoked about how supportive you guys have been the last few days, and I think I'm coming close to the end of you know, the playthroughs and the play testing. I definitely feel pretty confident that this game works. Like I said, there is a lot of math. I'm a big fan of math. I know a lot of younger crowd not a big fan of math, but this game's got math, so just keep that in mind. Just adding and subtracting, that's all you need to keep in mind. That's it. So hopefully you guys liked it, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye everybody.